Harvey. You got it right. That is Steve Harvey's child, his daughter before Lori Harvey. I heard it was so horrible within the dynamic of Steve Harvey because Marjorie Harvey got Steve Harvey brainwashed that everybody knows Lori Harvey is not his biological daughter, but they changed her last name so she could benefit off of Steve Harvey's name. And it's crazy because his biological daughters can't even benefit off of his name. But that's what goes to show you when the guy is so brainwashed by his wife. But I have more updates to give to you guys. Brandy Harvey is speaking and she is saying that Lori Harvey, she regrets. She wish that she can rewind it back in time again so that she can get another chance with Michael. She says that she's been calling Michael nonstop and Michael is not picking up, and good for him. So I have this video. I want us to react to it. I want to know your thoughts about this. So let's see what they're saying out here. Let's go.
And rejected Lori Harvey's phone call to congratulate him for his Oscar award. And he reportedly sent her straight to voicemail and never returned the call.
Good job.
Lori is down bad because of the rejection. And guess who's been spilling the tea on this? Her stepsister, Brandy. Allegedly, Marjorie Harvey was up till the wee hours of the morning, consoling her daughter, Lori Harvey, as she cried into her pillow about how she fumbled MBJ. Girl, weren't you the one talking about dating on your terms and all that stuff? What's going on?
Right, dating on your terms. So go ahead and date on your terms. These men are not going to wait around forever. There's always young women, and not saying young under 18, that's gross, but it's always other women out there. And honestly, I think Michael B. Jordan, he prefers white women. I think that's what I heard. He wants a white teen woman. He was possibly just using Lori so that his fan base, which is majority black women, to pander to them, because oftentimes they will pander to black women, because it seems like black women get upset when the man wants to be outside their race. I don't know why. I don't get it. To me, it's like, I like you for your entertainment, but I'm not thinking about being with you. I'm not thinking about, oh my goodness, one day you're going to be my husband, or looking at you in that sexual way. I don't know you. And I think it just goes with the spirit of lust. But I just take artists and celebrities for their artwork. I really, not trying to get close to them or be all in their business or find out their preferences. You like what you like, so be it. Move on, let's continue on.
Baby. Okay, guys, let's just do a background on why people are saying that Lori fumbled MBJ. Here's the thing. Michael B. Jordan dated and fell madly in love with Lori Harvey from late 2020 until June 2022. And this man dated her intentionally, played no games, took her home to his mama, which is something he's only done like 2 times in his life. He spent the Christmas holidays vacationing with Lori and her family. And even Steve Harvey spoke of how good of a guy MBJ is and how he loved seeing him date his daughter intentionally and treat her like a queen. Like, even after they broke up, MBJ was clearly his favorite ex, and he even spoke about how he was happy to see him, but Lori told him to stay away from MBJ forever.
Yeah, I gotta be real careful, because Lori, boy, she be I can't make no mistakes. I can't make sense. I saw one of her exes somewhere at a game somewhere, and I shook his hand. Boy, I can't even touch his no more. I better not acknowledge him or look at him or nothing no more. So
What?
I'm off limits. If you are ex, your is my ex too. That's the rule. The rule in our house is any boy that's an ex, he's now my ex too.
Anyway, when they were together, MBJ even hinted in interviews that Lori was the one and bluntly stated that marriage was on his mind. Then, out of the clear blue, Lori broke up with him. Her reason?
Wow.
She's enjoying being single and doing whatever makes her happy. And she promptly returned to the streets. Honey, from photos and videos that made rounds after the breakup, it was clear that MBJ was heartbroken.
I don't get it. I don't get you guys. All right, you see this girl. She's been with the likes of Future. Why would you want to wife that? Future Peen has been with so many whores. He's always going to be catty. Isn't it other beautiful women out here besides Lori Harvey. I mean, she's cute, but I'm sure she's not. It's more Lori Harveys out here. Like, come on. But like I said, I think that Michael B. Jordan was just, using her so he can really be with his real preference, which is white women. And he was just using her to pander to black women because that is his fan base. But what do you guys think?
And his close friends huddled around him and kept him close while he dealt with his heartbreak. And the thing that made this situation even worse was that the Harveys were the ones controlling the narrative. You see, after Michael and Lori broke up, rumors were going around that they broke up because he was cheating on Lori with his ex-girlfriend. These rumors
What?
were started by Lisa Ray, who also happens to be
Oh,
the best friend of Lori's mom, Marjorie. So a lot of people believed her. And it didn't help that neither Lori nor Marjorie came out to deny it. According to Lisa, the rumors about Lori and Michael breaking up because Lori wasn't ready to marry him were all BS. She claimed Lori actually wanted to marry him, but she had found out a few days prior to him proposing to her that he was messing with his white ex-girlfriend, and she wasn't having any of it.
Said that she wasn't ready because when a woman finds a good one, then that's what you're looking for. But I will say that she's young still, you know what I mean? And I too was looking forward to them making it because I thought, oh, you know what? She's been looking for someone to keep on her arm to be able to have a relationship with that is meaningful and is successful, because we know that the girl gonna keep her somebody that is gonna be newsworthy, you know. But I think
Lisa Ray.
yeah, absolutely. She ain't no joke. And she ain't and her mama, Marjorie, my girlfriend, she gonna make sure that she doing and navigating the right way. Because she gonna make sure that she is. And I think every mother should do that, But I think at the same time, she's young. I think the established relationship that Michael did have before this one, I think that maybe that social media, that all of that was a lot for him. And I think that I will say this, I heard about his ex and him was so serious that he may have missed her.
Now, as for Lori, she wasn't talking or addressing anything herself, but she was
what?
still allowing people to push narratives that would destroy Michael's reputation. I don't know about y'all, but that's almost the same as coming out to make those allegations.
I gotta say something. What type of friend are you, Lisa Ray? If I was Marjorie, I'm like, do not repeat my daughter's business to the public. I don't care how bad you guys want to hear it. My daughter's business is going to stay my daughter's business. You don't know, in the future they might can get back together. You just don't know. Just don't say anything. But a lot of these social media celebrities, they're messy. They always want to give breaking news. Everybody a blogger now. I miss the days where celebrities used to be celebrities. We didn't hear from them. They were not always in our face. They were not always accessible. It was a mystery to them. Now it's no mystery, and they're just as bad as we are. And the fantasy of them is totally gone. And if you're still fantasizing about these celebrities, I feel sorry for you because you don't have any real friends or family. All right, let's continue on.
Yourself. And then Lori started fueling the narrative that Michael was some serial cheating boyfriend and that he only loves white women. I mean, it's true that he has a history of mostly dating white and light-skinned women, even though he's tried a million times to tell people that he loves all women, period. For instance, he told Essence that he and his family laughed about the rumors that he doesn't date black girls, saying, "It's so funny to everybody because it couldn't be further from the truth. My dad and my mom both said, if they only knew, if they only knew." And that's the thing that keeps me not tripping about it. You know what I
This is sad that Michael have to lie in order to keep his career. If he was to come out and tell the truth that he prefers white women or he likes them, then the black women would not support him anymore because they can't lust over him anymore. And they just don't support him based on he's a black brother that's talented. It's always got to be a lust factor or a fairy tale or something like that. I think it's just so foolish. See a celebrity for their talent, just stop lusting and, all that stuff. But I think he still likes white women and I think he prefers it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in today's society, people will judge you based on who you date. And that's horrific. People are projecting themselves with you. So when you are with someone that doesn't look like them, they feel offended. They feel slighted. Why? I don't know. It's the craziest thing. Let's continue on.
What about white women? Did you cut off white women during that
Come
period?
on, man. Why was that go back there? I like women, period. All women. Everybody's on the table.
Okay.
What's the craziest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
That I don't date black women. Yes, I'm on vacation right now, okay? I'm traveling around. And newsflash, okay? All right? Yeah. It's not.
Why does it even matter who he dates? Stay out of his business. That's why I don't understand this social media and how people are so consumed with who a person is dating. Like, you can even get your affairs together with your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife. Let this man alone. Enjoy him for the movies that he does. We appreciate him for being a great talent to bring those characters to life. But outside of that, just let people be. Let them be who they want to be and what they want to be. I don't understand why people have to have so much invested in other people's personal affairs. Let's go.
Black women in Italy, okay? It's not. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's not, okay? Y'all plug it. I read through the comments and shit. Y'all tearing your boy up. It's too much, man. Y'all doing too much, all right?
Actually, every time he's been asked about his preference, he has said the same exact thing. Well, when he broke up with Lori, the Harvey family really fueled this narrative, and because Michael never bothered to clap back or even address it, people just ran with it. He let them have their moment while he was behind the scenes preparing for a role that would.
I think men has to stop doing that. I think men need to take their power back. I think that men, you guys have to have a voice. I think women knows you're not going to speak back, so they can put lies on you. They can push campaigns on you because they know you're not going to push back. And if you push back, they're going to call you gay or sassy for doing so. But I think that men have to get past that. And I think what makes a great man is not caring what other thinks and just being yourself authentically and just unapologetic and just really be that alpha. Like, fuck everything else, you know? But unfortunately, so many of them, you know, society and the blogs got their tail, you know, between their legs, and they're just going to ignore things when they probably want to just lash out and just say, stop the shit, you know? And I think it's just really bonkers. He is his own man. He's not nobody's son. He's not nobody's little boy. To try to bully him or shame him for who he dates, I think that's just gross and idiotic. Let's go on. But comment, I want to know your thoughts.
On to get him an Oscar, child. As if it wasn't bad enough already, Steve Harvey and Marjorie also got on Instagram and started throwing major shade at Michael out of nowhere. Steve made the first post that said, "Love yourself, my G," and he followed it up with another one that read, "Sometimes we need to thank God for what didn't happen." Maybe Steve was still mad that Lori dumped Michael B. Jordan for no good reason, and he was just projecting. And I know that Lori was on thin ice with Steve after the future situationship and used Michael to get back into good graces because Michael is the most refined guy she dated since Memphis Depay, and at least had a decent Hollywood reputation compared to the others. According to sources, the relationship between the two was supposed to restore Lori's dignity, and it kind of worked when they were together, which is why.
Honey, if I was a straight man, I would not even date Lori. I'd bang her ass and move on. You let Diddy be in that. I don't give a damn. She gonna tell you, I didn't do anything. They lie. All these bitches do is lie. But hell nah. You even been associated with Diddy is a no for me. You've been associated with Future is a no for me. All you are is just a hit it and quit it bitch, you know? But like I said, I really think Michael is not crazy. He just used her to pander to black women. That's what I think, but I could be wrong. Let's go.
Steve was so mad when they separated. Basically, MBJ and Lori would be married today if she hadn't broken up with him. And since their breakup, he's steadily leveled up. He's now an Hollywood A-list actor. An Oscar is now sitting in his trophy case. He can now demand insane millions for movies. And Lori should have been there by his side to share this moment with him, as his wife. But she fumbled that. Well, baby, I have.
So Lori is there for the money and the status. She's not looking for love. All right? She's looking for the money and the status. And she's a slush head. And that's why Brandy Harvey, Steve Harvey's wife, she was spilling all that tea to Michael B. Jordan. You damn right she was. Yeah, they don't say it here, I don't think, but that's the word is behind the scenes. The word is behind the scenes. You know, she pulled homeboy to the side and was telling him about Lori, because she knows. Remember, that is Steve Harvey's daughter. And she knows how Marjorie and her daughter is. They're evil demons. Okay, they're
Reports claiming
witches.
Brandy is the one filling us in on how Lori is down bad.
Didn't
And if
I
you
tell
are
you?
wondering why she would be spilling, well, to a lot of people, this is probably a comeback for how their dad has been treating Lori like his favorite.
I told Lori I was going to cut her off, and she just went, "Daddy, stop." That was all she said was, don't play. Because Lori really thinks she's the special one. She really does. Lori, I told Lori I was going to cut her off because she's making a lot of money right now, and I was going to cut her off, and she just started laughing. And then she said, "Well, and you're not going to speak to me anymore?" I said, "Yeah, I'll still talk to you."
See, for a long time, people have always speculated that Steve's eldest daughters, Brandy and Carly, do not even like Marjorie or Lori. And if you have been keen enough, you probably notice that they don't attend all those events Marjorie hosts to try to prove that their blended family is doing just fine. I mean, why else would they avoid spending time with their family during Christmas? And I would
Right.
understand if one of them probably gets caught up when it's time for a meetup. But the fact that they both have been missing from all the events says a lot about how they really feel about spending time with Marjorie. Plus, there were even reports that at some point, there were internal family feuds because of Steve's obsession with Lori, with a close source revealing that there was some jealousy amongst the siblings over Lori, who has been taking the spotlight with everything. The source actually said, Steve's got 4 biological kids with 2 previous wives and 3 stepkids with Marjorie. They're driving him crazy. He did the right thing adopting Marjorie's kids and loves them like his own, but there's a lot of dissension among the blended Harvey clan. According to the source, Steve's way of handling the feud has always been to throw money at them, buy them gifts, or just go into another room to chomp on a cigar. And you know what? I would understand why there would be tension between Brandy and Lori, because while Steve treats Lori like his favorite, Brandy and her siblings were abandoned by the same man when they were young. Apparently, back when he was poor, his first family meant everything to him, but once he started getting rich, he started behaving weird. His days were spent working, and his nights were spent at comedy clubs, honing his craft, while Marcia stayed home. Eventually, Steve started spending less and less time with them, and finally decided that his career was more important than his family, and literally didn't have a relationship with them. So, once he divorced his first wife, Marcia, she was left to raise their 13-year-old daughters and 2-year-old son alone. And Steve even refused to pay support. Imagine having to deal with Lori as the favorite once Brandy and the rest reconnected with their dad. And y'all know that there have also always been some pretty wild allegations about Steve's obsession with Lori, with some people saying that they get the feeling that Steve dotes on Lori more than his own daughters because she's prettier than them. And an even wilder accusation has been that Steve could be attracted to Lori. Then there's this one where people have said that Steve is obsessed with Lori because she is the only one he can PIMP out, which would explain her relationship with Diddy. Anywho, based on reports, that household is currently disoriented after MBJ won his Oscar, and Lori is reportedly having the worst time. Of course, the family is annoyed that every headline about Michael's historic win, being the 6th black man to win Best Actor, inevitably mentions his heartbreaking split from Lori, making it feel like she's a footnote in his success story. But regardless, people...
Ooh, honey, I want to know your thoughts about this, and I'll see you guys on the next upload.